evening, y'all. We are here to go over Love and Hip Hop Miami. This is season 7, episode 15. It was titled Dis and Tell. I hope that everybody is able to see me on YouTube. I do use streaming software, and sometimes I go live, and it has been cutting off the beginning of my live. So I hope that everybody can see me. But in the meantime, while we get our welcomes out of the way, I want to encourage everybody to see the link in the description of this video. There are several links to several great content creators here on YouTube, from anything from traveling to music and everything else in between. I also want to welcome in all of our new subscribers as well as our existing subscribers. I appreciate y'all, and I'm very close to monetization because of you guys, so I appreciate you. And even those who don't subscribe, if you stop by the channel often, welcome in. I appreciate you. And Thug Life, if you enjoy the video at any point, I hope that you like the video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And again, hey to our new subscribers, welcome in, welcome in. But I'm excited to be here, you guys. James is working 21 days straight at his job. I don't think he knew what he was getting himself into, getting a factory job, but this is very common in factory work. So he's probably not going to be on a lot of live streams on my channel going forward until he figures out his schedule or he moves, because I know he's got a lot going on. What's poppin', Shayna? Good evening to you. It's the afternoon for me, but good evening to you. Y'all go check out Shayna's videos as well. She supports myself and James a lot, as well as a whole slew of other creators. It's really easy to hype her videos. She is monetized. You get, I think it's 3 videos you can hype a week. If you're just going on someone else's channel, pick Shayna, hype one of her videos. She is monetized, and it does do a lot to support her. I appreciate you, girl. I appreciate you. Y'all, these people stress me out. They stress me out. I don't quite know what they want me to do with this, but I'm going to talk about them, and it may not be in the nicest way because I don't have much nice, but we're going to get into the episode. Claudia Jordan has facilitated a meeting of Michael Blackson and his baby mamas, aka the Delulu train. That's what I'm going to call them because they both delusional. I just want to make it very clear. If a man loves you and wants you, and if you believe that someone is your soulmate is not going to want you with a hall pass to go and sleep with some other people. Your soulmate is going to be good with just being stuck with you with no hall pass. So I just looked at this meeting, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or if this is just really that bad, but I was like, everybody involved is stupid. Throw Michael away, throw Rada away, throw Nadia away, throw everybody in the trash and burn it at this point. Because there's no way people are this stupid and bringing children into the world. Like, how does that talk look with your kids when you're like, I love you, you're mommy's little blessing. How did I get you? Well, your daddy's other girl couldn't get pregnant, so he got me pregnant instead. Like, how are you going to explain this to your kids one day, Rada and Nadia? Like, how do you tell your kid you was a thought? How do you do that? Shayna said, you know, I don't watch this no more, so I'm ready for your review. You and JB do not watch Love and Hip Hop. They are so tired of it, but I appreciate y'all for supporting the reviews. And y'all not missing nothing. I'm just here till it ends, kind of like Basketball Wives. I'm just here till it goes away. But all of these women are in the same room. Claudia exposes Mike for lying to both women. I don't know why it never occurred to both women that he might be a liar. And Nadia explains in front of Rada, she says their pregnancy was planned. Mike tried to say that the pregnancy was not planned and that he was just telling Nadia sex talk. As some men do, they'd be like, I want you to have my baby. And for some reason, for some women, that turns them on and makes them drop it low and bust it wide. Anytime I had an ex tell me he wanted to have my baby when we were like in high school, because I've been with my husband a very long time. Soon as he told me he wanted me to have his baby, I said, oh, you're never getting any. And he did not. Because why? That's a weird thing to say to someone, in my opinion. But he parks it off as sex talk. Nadia's sitting there looking confused and hurt. Claudia asked Michael if he loves Nadia. And Michael cannot give a yes or no question. If you love somebody and someone asks you if you love them, the answer is going to be yes or no. There might be stuff to follow, but usually a yes or no is going to come like that. But in this situation, Michael could not answer the question at all. And he's like, I love her like a best friend. I tell my best friends I love her. Not the woman you made a baby with, you love like a best friend. Like, is that what we're doing, Michael? I wish Michael Blackson and his Gap would have just stuck to comedy. Because, like, seeing his personal life makes me look at him like, don't you understand that these women only want you because of your money and your name? If Michael Blackson was not Michael Blackson and known, nobody would want him. Nobody would want him. Nobody. I promise you, nobody will want him. Shayna says Michael only loves himself. It's very clear. It's very clear in how he moves. Because I'm like, you got two women pregnant at the same time on different sides of the world. How are you realistically going to be there for those kids? Same thing with Nick Cannon. Same thing with Kirk Frost and all the other ones that want to make baby after baby after baby with all these different women. Like, y'all are not able to tend to these women the way that you should be able to. And I don't understand it, because I think that women are the best thing that ever could have come to the planet Earth. We are wonderful. We are strong. We are resilient. But sometimes we can be dingbats based on their choices to get pregnant by this man. Shayna said, I don't know how much money he has. When I was waitressing and he was at my table, he only tipped me $20. I'm cracking up. Shout out to all my waitresses. I used to waitress also back in the day, Shayna. I waitressed from 17 to 21. Okay, waitresses, that is the hardest job out there, one of them. And I know that people are not required to tip, but being in the Bay Area, I used to work somewhere at Bay Street, an Elephant Bar that's no longer there anymore. And we would sometimes get like people from the Raiders back when they were still out here, like the football players. They don't all tip well. They don't. I remember some 49er player, though, once left me a $350 tip. And I was like, that was just the best thing ever, because I had only worked one day that week, but I got a $350 tip. I said, okay, go Niners, right? I said, okay, but I hate a tacky tipper. I do. $20 is crazy. Like, that's what I tip now as just a regular human. Like, that he could have gave Shayna more. Michael, if you're watching this, find Shayna_MCD and go donate or hype her channel. You owe her some funds. Hi, Courtney. Y'all check out her candles. I did post about her candles and their page on my Instagram today. I hope you guys go check it out. This is a legitimate Black-owned business and LLC. Let's uplift her. Let's buy a candle. And I promise y'all they smell good, because they're in my house and I'm allergic to everything. So it smells good in a good way. But tap in. But I hate a tacky tipper too. But that's just me. When you come from waitressing, you want to make sure you're tipping appropriately. Like, when my husband be cheap with tips, I be wanting to curse him out so bad in the restaurant. But he gives something. I just hate when he leaves like $5. Like, give more. And he be having more. Give more. Why are you cheap, Mr. Best? Anywho, but the conversation with Rada, Mike, and Claudia, and what's her name, Nadia, doesn't really go well. Rada asks Mike if he wants a relationship with Nadia. Mike says, I mean, we're already doing it. I'm like, the question wasn't what you were already doing. The question was if you wanted to be doing what you already doing. Answer the fucking question, sir. I never understand why men do this. And no shade, Mike, is this why you trying to date every other woman other than the ones that might look like me? Because we would have been questioning your ass. Because what the hell? Answer the question, Michael. But he could not answer the question. And Nadia asked Mike if she could sleep with other men, because she's like, since you could sleep with other people, can I sleep with other people? And he said she could do whatever she wants. And Nadia starts crying in the confessional. I thought he was my soulmate. Girl, that ain't your fucking soulmate. He never even cared to make you a freaking fiance. Rada also, I don't want to give Rada much, but at the very least, at least she got a title, a very loose title at that. But my girl got a title. Nadia didn't have nothing. That man tried to hide her in a house off the side of the army base in Fort Lauderdale near the water so that a hurricane could wash her and the baby out to sea. That's how Mike did her. So I never understand why side chicks think that you're going to come up and become more. You're not. And it's sad that this girl really thought he loved her when he don't even respect her enough to acknowledge her as anything other than a best friend he may love. So I don't know what's going on with these people, but I was watching Kiwan JTV's review. Y'all check out her review as well. And she was kind of like, I can only do so much with this review. And I understand now why my girl Kiwan said this, because this episode was like, really? Are we really behaving like this? Do people really move like this in their relationships and life? My God, Lord help us. The next thing we see, y'all, is Ching Diamond. She has ran her ass to Trick Daddy for advice. Congratulations to Ching Diamond as well. In real time, she is losing weight. I know that she's on a GLP-1. Her and Zoe Brinks are losing weights. I'm all for health. I don't think we should judge each other on how we look, because I still got a little bit of a stomach myself that I'm trying to flatten. But I think it's wonderful when you're getting healthy. And at their weight, they clearly were not healthy. So good for them. Good for them. Courtney said, when your self-esteem is in the trash, a man can tell you anything. That is the truth, Courtney. That's a word. That's actually a word. If you don't love yourself, it's going to be very hard to recognize when other people are not loving you properly. And that's really the problem with Rada and old girl. But I also think they may have been dropped on their head as children a little bit too many times, or exposed to like some bad tap water, because they also seem just slow. Musty as hell, right? I'll never forget Rada saying on couples therapy, this was on James's channel, we covered it, but I'll never forget Rada saying that she enjoyed, can I say this on YouTube? CUM swapping. I'm going to spell it out because I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. But I was like, you're doing that with Michael Blackson and random heifers? Oh, my God. I'm all for being nasty in the bedroom, but not like that. Not like that, y'all. Not like that at all. Welcome in, Kiwa. Thank you for being here. But Lord help us. Ching goes to Trick Daddy for advice, which tells us all that Ching don't have no good discernment. She's explaining her situation with Marquez to Trick Daddy, and she's like, Marquez got out. They were trying to have a baby, but then he ended up doing something. Ching cheated on him. The baby, she found out she was pregnant at 2.5 months pregnant, but she had stepped out on him at that time. So it does sound like the baby could be Marquez's. It could be somebody else's. If I was Ching, I wouldn't have talked about this, but I get it. You need a storyline. I would have took that shit to the grave and got my paternity test in quiet and private. But I guess this is her way of being open. But Trick Daddy pretty much suggested to Ching that she get this paternity test done, which it sounds like she's going to do. And he also suggested to her, when she talked about her issue with Zoe and Trina and Joy, he was like, why don't y'all have a rap battle? This is the most disingenuous bullshit that Love and Hip Hop could have gave us, y'all. And I'm going to tell you why. Ever since Kendrick and Drake's rap beef and how Not Like Us became so big, shout out to the Bay Area and the Turf Fiends. We had our moment. Y'all don't understand if you're not from here. But ever since that, and then Not Like Us won the Grammy and all of this stuff, it seemed like everybody on related to hip hop on TV is just like, let's have a battle. Or like all these other celebrities online are like, let's have a battle. No shade. I don't care about a rap battle between Ching Diamond and Zoe Brinks, especially when at the end of the episode, we saw that it wasn't a real rap battle. In an actual rap battle, I want to see them. I want to see some shit that looked like Eminem and them in 8 Mile, fuck free world, whatever the hell they were saying. I want to see that. I want to know that not everything that you're writing has been rehearsed. Like, I want more. I want more, y'all. I absolutely want more. But I guess they're going to have a rap battle. So I wasn't excited. Maybe some of you beautiful people that are watching will be excited, because I could give a flying you know what about a rap battle between two big bitches that's arguing at each other. One of them's mad at the other one for wanting to get smaller. And the other's mad because somebody said something that was true, which is that she got a jailbird. So what are we supposed to do? I wish they just squashed the beef. Shayna said DNA tests should be required at birth because of women like her. I said this last week, and I'm glad somebody who is a mother said that, because that, to me, honestly, if DNA test was required at birth, it would cut out a lot of issues. It would cut out a lot of issue. Even for mothers that may do it right, just make it off top something that has to be done so that nobody could ever say nothing or throw nothing in nobody's face because we have the technology. Why not? And it's not funny or okay for her to hold the DNA test away from him, who he deserves it, while expecting him to raise a child that he don't know is his own. That was the most trifling, low down, gutter, unforgivable, unforgettable thing that Ching could have done. Because now people will forever remember you as the bitch that cheated back on your baby daddy but didn't do it right and then refused to give him a DNA test, expecting him to commit to you and prove himself as a father before you could even prove to him that he is the father. Like, where they do that at? That does not make any sense. But Ching gonna fuck it up for the rest of us. She gonna fuck it up for the rest of us and have these women getting tests before they give birth or right after. And that's crazy. But Shayna's right. Women that act like her, that's what happens, y'all. Michael goes to see Gael, aka Kiwan's favorite character, Heaven. Gael wants to go by Heaven, but to me, she's still Gael because I don't trust Gael. I don't take Gael seriously, but I love Gael because she's comic relief. And she is funny as hell. But Gael is feeding with Michael. And I don't know why, but she was like, suck my toes. I said, bitch, do what? And this is why men like Michael are nasty. Because you eating coochie from girls from Egypt. You sucking toes from Gael, who sleep with her husband and women and probably all of Miami and Hialeah. You sleeping with Rada and whoever else, and then you got your hall pass every month too. I know Michael. I know a woman's pH hates to see him coming. I just know. Shayna said, I ain't calling that lady Heaven. I'm not either. I'm not about to play with God. That's what they call that, blasphemy. I'm not about to play with God like this. I'm not about to play with God like this. Courtney says, shout out to Heaven. Heaven is funny. And honestly, she keeps parts of this show going. There's a reason she's here and Flo is gone. Like, there's a reason, separate from Flo's colorist comments. There's a reason Gael is still here and Flo is not. But she is acting like Michael's fairy godmother, giving him advice. And she advises Michael to post both of the babies so that neither baby mama can get upset. And I'm thinking in my head, Gael said that this could be her most expensive lick ever, her most expensive side nigga ever. She said that when she first met Michael. Right. Heaven is the serpent. Let them know, Kiwan. Heaven is that serpent that she was talking about. She said, I dreamed that Amar, she was surrounded by serpents. Bitch, you the serpent. Hiss. Like, you are the serpent. Lord help her. But you know what? We can't expect nothing from Heaven, aka Gael, because of this comment right here. She stole her sister's husband, girlfriend, and now her job. Because how is she on Love and Hip Hop and Flo is not on Love and Hip Hop? She gonna sneak around and take some shit from you. Your man, your job, your sense. I don't take her seriously. But she gave him advice. She was like, fuck it, just post both of the kids. I think at times of social media, they really need to be careful with that. Like, I'm not a parent, but if I'm not with the parent of my kid and they're participating in raising a kid, I'm going to call them before I just post both of my kids on social media. Like, let somebody know what's what. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But we know Heaven gonna do some craziness. I'm wondering if Mike is fucking this girl, though. Let me know if y'all think Mike and Gael are sleeping together, or if you think this is just all for the show. Because I couldn't tell. And then when she asked him to suck on her feet, I couldn't help but notice her feet have some chunkiness to them. How low is Mike willing to go? How low is he willing to go? That's what I'm curious about. I want to know if they got busy. Because Alan got busy. A couple of people done been willing to dip their pencil sticks into Gael. So I'm just curious. I know Gael's family is stressed out. I know her mama probably is like, my God, today. I know she's like, my God, today. We get a little scene with Zoe Brinks. She has made her comeback. Zoe, I want you to get hair. I don't think the Toni Braxton cut works on you. You got a long face like me, boo. We can't do short hair. We can't. We can if it's bob-like, but not the Toni Braxton cut, baby. Let it go. But Zoe looks good. She does look good. She's lost so much weight. Congrats to her. I do follow her on Facebook and Instagram. She's not just someone who's doing the GLP shots or going the shortcut. She works out. She's changed how she eats, and she's very vocal in that. So good for her. She has an athletic line. Everybody want to have an athletic line. I'm that person. I'm going to Shein. I'm going to Temu. I'm going to Amazon. I'm going to Ross for my leggings and athletic wear because I refuse to spend hella money on something I'm a sweat in. But everybody is different. But Joy and Hot Topic are there, and they pretty much convinced her to do this rap battle, which makes it feel that much more disingenuous. But again, I'm going to give credit where it's due. Love and Hip Hop in the beginning with New York, when we had Samaya Reese and Chrissy and all of them, it really was surrounded with music and people trying to make it and showing talent. I feel like they're trying to get back to that. But at this point, if this is the last season of this show and it's not coming back, I didn't need this fake ass rap battle. Y'all could have just really gave us the tea or let these bitches fight. I know that's bad to say, but they could have done that. But we will see the rap battle when we come time to see the rap battle. Let me see what she said. Kiwan said, if she have a cat, he's smashing. Pretty much. Pretty much. You know what I noticed too? People be real quick to call women a hoe or loose and all of that. But niggas like Michael Blackson are hoes. 304s, thoughtin' and trotting, nasty niggas. Okay? We gonna slut shame these men too because he's nasty and it's not cute. It's not a flex. The nice outfits, the name brands, let that be your flex, the house. But like sleeping with all these different hoes just shows you have no impulse control and might have some mommy issues you never addressed, Michael. It's just a fact. Shay Johnson is trying to act. I've never seen her in anything. She says that she did a lot of acting in her past. They showed her in one role in what looked to be a Tubi movie, and then they showed a bunch of music videos. Shay, that don't make you an actress doing music videos, but good for you trying to act. I think she needs a lot of work. It was terrible, but honestly, nobody on this cast can act. Trina too, but at least Trina seems to want to work at it. But Shay is working with Julian, who is Trina's previous manager, on a movie that Julian is trying to present and have Trina in. And things are going well, but of course, Shay wants to represent herself as everything unprofessional. She just will never represent professionalism to me because she decides to force Julian into letting her speak with Trina, even though he just got cool with Trina and explained this. And Shay said, I don't care. I've been beside you. Let's say I fall out with James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. I'm not just going to go and work and interrupt and force him to deal with people who are going to make him uncomfortable or feel unsafe around me because someone who's been there for me while we're not talking is there. Because Trina and Julian have a 20+ year history. So Shay shouldn't have meant shit. And I was surprised that Julian facilitated it, but maybe it was for the show because Julian knows Shay. He's been around. Shay is not going to behave herself even in a professional setting and does not seem to care how she looks. You know Trina don't want to be around the BS. So why would you arrange for them to meet? It doesn't make any sense. But she does end up explaining to Julian all of the drama. And it doesn't make sense. Shay says Trina needs to step in or it's going to escalate. Like, I don't even understand why you're going to Trina about Joy. Joy's a grown-ass woman. It's not making sense. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not seeing something. Maybe I'm the problem. But Shay needs to grow the hell up, y'all. If you are still here, just join in. Welcome in. I do appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here. I do hope if you enjoy the content and what you're seeing, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Everybody is welcome to comment, even if you have a different opinion. Let's just remember to comment on the show and comment on those people and not attack each other in the comments. Let's keep it a safe and peaceful space to enjoy our good shows. We're going to get into Mike going to the studio. So we have this long drawn out scene of Michael Blackson in the studio with his artist. Enjoy your therapy, Kiwan. Thank you for stopping in. I know Thursdays are a busy day for you. I appreciate you, boo. Now, Mike is in the studio because he has gone viral online with his post. He made a big post, a public apology, he says, to Rada for making a baby with somebody else and embarrassing her. And then he posted the baby. He pissed off both women, thinking he was making it right and trying to follow Gael's advice. Why anybody would follow Gael's advice, I do not know. But this is just something he chose to do. Rada is humiliated, and so is Nadia, because now everybody knows a baby is made on him. And Nadia is humiliated because it just confirmed that she ain't shit but a side chick. And she's been thinking in her head she's so much more to Mike. So at the end of this public apology, he makes this really inappropriate joke where he says going forward, he's only going to date women who have no more period or have had a hysterectomy. And I'm like, why would you say this when both of these bitches are postpartum? I only gonna sleep with a woman with no more period or hysterectomy. It's like, this is not the time to make a joke. I understand that you're a comedian, but the shit was, it was not the time to make a joke, Mike. It's like, do you want it to get better or do you want it to get worse? Obviously, Mike don't take either of them seriously. And I can't even fully feel sorry for them the way that I would with some other shows, just because they both knew what they were getting. Rada allowed the hall pass, which allowed him to sleep with people and potentially get them pregnant. And Nadia, by the time she got with Mike, Rada was public knowledge. She knew that Mike had a main girlfriend, but still in her head, for some reason, thought that she was important. So, I mean, they're both stupid. What the hell do y'all expect? Claudia gets involved in the messages, reading him for filth. I was laughing at his little African artist laughing and trying to warn him about stuff. But why did he have to tell Claudia that she only has 2 periods left? Who cares? Who cares? I'd rather have 2 periods left than be a nigga that, if I was a female, would be on the way to not having a period no more with new babies. Who cares? I just thought it was dumb. Like, you could tell MTV, BET, they really thought this would be a storyline. We got enough ignorant baby mama, baby daddy, hood type situationships between Now That's TV, Zeus Network, and everything on cable and the apps. We have enough storylines like this. This storyline, y'all gonna hate me. No shade to the Zeus fans and y'all baddies fans out there. Send this shit to Zeus. When it gets this ignorant, when you live your life in such a way that nobody would fucking respect, go to Zeus. Just go fight and act ignorant for fun over there. Nobody take them people seriously in real time. This is why the show is ended, because of shit like this. Like, I just cannot. Shayna said now they could be sister wives in the open. In peace. Right. They may as well just all get a house together and have some sort of a sister wife, or what do they call it? A commune or whatever. They may as well just all move in together, grow strawberries, and pick a day, spin a wheel for who gonna get some dick on which day. That's all they need to do at this point, because he's never gonna stop. Courtney said he don't like them for real. He doesn't. He got with them because they're exotic. One's Egyptian, one's Cambodian. They're exotic and they're beautiful. And these are women that he would never be able to get if he had never got put on for comedy. That's all this is. But he don't like them for real. You could tell when a man likes a woman because he don't treat them like this. He just doesn't. Shayna says, I don't understand the shade when Rada is the same age. Thank you. Mike be throwing huge daggers, not realizing Rada got grown kids. She's the exact same age as Claudia. She was considered a geriatric pregnancy. Like, you insulting her friend while insulting her as well. He don't give a flying fuck about them, though. He doesn't. And it's like, if they want to look this stupid and behave like this on TV, then let them. Let them. Gives us content. Gives us something to talk about on this lovely Thursday. It is almost Friday, beautiful people. I am so excited because I done been whooped and abused at work. So I am so happy it's almost Friday, and I hope everybody has had a good week this far. We're going to move it along and get into the movie set with Shay. Shay goes and meets with Trina at the movie set. Trina is also somebody that just should not act. News anchors do not talk the way that she talked. But I respect Trina for wanting to learn and improve and get better at her craft. So Shay pulls up while she's on a break, and they talk, and she shows her a video of Joy saying to her mom, "No disrespect, but you raised the serpent." Honestly, I don't feel like Joy disrespected her mom. I get that nobody wants to hear that they raised the serpent, but I don't have people treat me crazy. And if I see their mama, your child got me fucked up. I don't know how you so great and you spawned out of your coochie something evil, but I can't stand it. Now, yes, the drink did hit Miss Sandra as well as Shay, and Joy shouldn't have done that. But I also kind of felt where Trina was coming from. If you got a problem with my cousin, go talk to my fucking cousin. Why are you in my face? My cousin is grown. Go talk to Joy. And, you know, Shay says that, well, Joy's going to listen to you. No, I think people think because Joy is not as famous as Trina, but is close to Trina, that Trina can just convince her of whatever. But it's not always like that. Talk to the source if you got a problem. Shay says she wants to talk to Trina to de-escalate, but went up in there hollering, which shows she doesn't know how to de-escalate. And Swerve, I'm going to get him together too, because I don't like when men jump into an issue with women. You are new here, and we still don't trust your intentions with Trina. Why are you so quick to jump into the business of women? You just got here. Let them talk. Let them talk. And I'm going to also call Shay out, because Shay will disrespect anybody else's dude. But with Trina's dude, Shay knew to be quiet. You should have went and talked to Joy. That's it, and that's all. And that's all I really have to say on it. I agree with Trina. She shouldn't have to mediate an issue that don't got shit to do with her. She is not the Joy police. Go talk to Joy. Go talk to Joy. And all of this is over Samantha and Trick Daddy. That's the reason Joy is upset with Shay. And Joy going to Shay's event was unwarranted because she should have talked to Shay in the first place. So your problem is with Joy, Shay. It is not with Trina. She gonna stick beside her cousin. You can't expect her not to stick beside her cousin. You can't. I don't understand it. Maybe it's me. It looked like Courtney's agreeing, but I'm just like, I'm not mad at Trina. Because if somebody comes to me with a problem with my cousin, I'm going to be like, well, off the rip, I'm going to stick beside my cousin, but you could go talk to them. I don't control them. I ain't the cousin police. Go talk to them. But be quiet, Josiah. But my husband in the background. But yeah, I don't understand it. But, you know, Shay's slow. She don't make no sense. Now she done gone and been unprofessional at her own movie. I wouldn't be surprised if they put her out the movie. Because who would you want in the movie? Shay Johnson, a.k.a. Bucky from Flavor of Love, who didn't even win his heart? Or Trina? I pick Trina. Which name gonna sell more? I ain't checking for Shay in a movie. If I see Shay in a movie, I'm assuming it's on Tubi. I said what I said. Courtney said, like Trina said, y'all act like y'all in high school. For real. Address the person you have an issue with. We like, once you, people be delayed, Courtney. I'm convinced these people be delayed. Now, we see Nadia complaining that nobody cared. And Nadia is complaining because she's upset with Michael. She has one of her side chick friends over, and they drink some cheap $7 Sutter Home wine. It's good wine, by the way. I'm not mad at that. I'm just being shady. But Nadia is upset because Michael and his posts. She said that she's out of Florida. She's packing up and going back to LA. Go back to LA, Nadia. You're probably better off in LA. She says that people online are weird and delusional. People online did not get pregnant and think that a man that was in a relationship with another woman publicly was their soulmate. So maybe, you know, we have to understand not everybody rode the long bus. Some people had to ride the short bus, and that's okay. We don't make fun of them. We acknowledge that they have their own. My husband's in the background calling her a stupid bitch. That is not nice. We can't expect her to be reasonable. We just can't. Maybe Mike's sperm has like something in it that affects her mind process. I don't know. But her friend suggested that she put Mike on child support. I'm like, why y'all bitches acting brand new? You know damn well this girl wouldn't have slept with a man that looked like Michael if he was not famous and did not have money. And you know that the goal was that if it didn't work out, at least you got your baby and could get child support. Don't act like that was never the plan, ladies. Stop playing with the church's money. We know what it is. That was the plan the whole time. She just conveniently overwined with her friend. Yeah, girl, put them on child support. I bet maybe then you'll be able to afford a better glass of wine. Maybe then. We'll see. We will see. We will see. Lord, she said, like Trina said, y'all act like high school and then gonna play the victim when she get fired. That's what Shay's gonna do. That's exactly what she's gonna do. She do the same shit. And she trying to find everybody to blame for issues with her mama, not realizing she is the problem. But I give up on Shay, child. We all give up on Shay. Shayna said, to be fair, if I saw Trina's name in a movie, I'd also assume it's a Tubi movie. Shayna, I tried to be nice, but you know what? She's right. Shayna is correct. I've seen, wasn't Trina in those Tales from the whatever movies from back in the day? I think Kenya Moore was in them and some other people. They used to play the BET late. No shade, Trina can't act. She never been able to act, but one thing she can do is spit a bar, so I'll give her that. And shout out to all the Tubi movies. Because I'm not gonna lie, I be watching them. They do be entertaining, and sometimes I do watch them just to laugh at how bad they are. Like Tawanda Braxton's Tubi movies, that's a person who should never act again. They should just take her head and put her on the front of a Whoppers box. The candy, the malted milk balls, that's the best she needs. But, you know, Tubi, some of their stuff be good, and then some of it don't. But yeah, Shayna is correct. I would see Trina there. Y'all, the last thing we're going to talk about is this rap battle. This fake ass rap battle. So we get to the rap battle. Joy and Trick Daddy decide they're gonna make peace. I haven't gave a fuck about Joy and Trick Daddy's little storyline since Pac died. I genuinely have not. I just do not care. But Ching Diamond gets on stage. She performs. I'm like, I thought it was a rap battle, but we're performing songs. Okay. And Ching Diamond is talented. I do think she makes good music. I'm not going to get at her. I also feel like Zoe Brinks is talented and makes good music. I like them both musically. I don't like either of them on the show. But Ching Diamond has her moment. She gets on stage talking about how people didn't know about her her baby daddy. And she pulls out Marquez, even though she got her sister rooting her on. Of course, this pisses off her sister because her sister don't like Marquez and already be trying to fight him. Nobody else in Miami really fuck with her like that for real. And she threw a bunch of printed papers. Y'all just be wasting trees. Do y'all understand that the Amazon rainforest has been on fire for a long time and we are in a shortage of trees? Y'all niggas want to breathe and have less earthquakes and hurricanes and shit? Stop doing shit like this. I'll be damned if to prove a point to any of my fucking ops that I take myself to Kinko's or wherever the fuck you go now and print out a bunch of paperwork just to prove to everybody that my baby daddy is my baby daddy. Bitch, that don't mean nothing. The joke is that we still looking at you crazy because you had to get the test. You still had to get the test. I said, and I was with Zoe, this gimmicky bitch. That was gimmicky. You just threw papers thinking it's a flex that your man stayed with you. Your jailbird ass man who ain't got no job stayed with you and has been babysitting a kid that he didn't know was his. Like what? Exactly, Courtney. Y'all are killing me. It was just Earth Day yesterday. Save the planet. Why am I putting my black people fist up? I'm so used to doing that. But save the planet. She printing out papers of her DNA test results. And I did holler because Joy said, so he's the pappy. I said, as a woman, sleep with who you want to, but you should know, I'm just going to say it bluntly, and YouTube can demonetize me. You need to know who's nutting in you and when and track your pregnancies. That is ridiculous to not know. Even if you was sleeping with two people at once, it's crazy to not know. Bitch, when do you ovulate? Go get a test. Go get one of them clear blue ovulation tests. Go to the doctor. Seek help. Because why is this a flex? Ching, you can rap, but don't do this no more. It's shameful to be proud to have figured out the paternity of your baby. Now, if you in court and somebody bring you on some stuff, fine, that's one thing. But you denied this man paternity of this baby to announce it publicly. Okay, now can you maybe spread out his resume if you're going to waste paper? Because it sounds like the nigga need a job. I'm just saying, Ching, don't do this no more. I cannot with people. She said, watch The Dirty D. It's a good show on Tubi. And Kev on Stage, good content on there. Yes, it is. See, Tubi does have good content. It's just you got to sift through all of the movies that they let these, you know, what do they call them? D-list reality TV stars go on. But there are a lot of good content on Tubi that I encourage people with. Shayna said, no, I don't know if those papers are legit. That's why I love Shayna, y'all. She not giving them. Shayna, they said they want an inch. Shayna said, I'll give you the thought of an inch. She said, I'm not giving you shit. She said, I do not know if these papers are legit. They probably went to the same place Blueface and Krishan went. Oh, God. Y'all see the baby? They calling the little girl Pink Face. I woke up this morning and was scrolling, and the little girl was throwing a temper tantrum, throwing shoes in the store. I wanted to whoop her ass. I wanted to whoop her dad's ass, her mom's ass. I wanted to whip her brother just because everybody getting it. Why is that baby allowed to act like that in public? Blueface and them. Lord, they make my teeth itch. I cannot. Some justice for Pink Face. Somebody put her in the hands of a Black family that have some sense. I want to whoop that little girl so good she'll never mistreat anybody again or any store. I remember my goddaughter did that to me once in the Dollar Tree. She started knocking shit down. I held up the line and whooped her ass right then and there. Sure did. Used the cord from my purse, unhooked it from the Kate Spade, and whooped her ass. And she never acted up again, not with me or anybody else. True story. True story. I don't know what's wrong with them. I done got sidechecked in the Blueface and Krishan. That's a topic I avoid talking about on the internet because they irritate every last bit of being that I got. Shayna said, yeah, as a woman, how do you not know who your child's father is? Right. And it's selfish to deny a paternity test for him and the baby. It is. It really is, because as quiet as it's kept, when kids are infants, the time with the father matters just as much. And people think it don't, or, oh, they won't remember. It does matter for development. And there are scientific facts to back that up, child. But people don't be getting it. Courtney said it's the parents' fault. I'm like, Lord, if I ever have a child and they rip some shit up in the store, call CPS. I'll call them on myself. I'm going to jail. You're not about to act like that in public with me. You don't pay taxes? Badass kids. Lord help me. Now I'm starting to understand my mama when she was like, ooh, you don't understand till you pay bills. Now I'm starting to get it. I'll be irritated by misbehaved kids. Y'all, but that was it for Love and Hip Hop Miami. The episode was called Dis and Tell. I appreciate everybody for sticking in there with me. Y'all be sure to subscribe to all these great content creators that are here in the chat. Shayna is a YouTuber as well. Also, go on my Instagram page, you guys, on the Mrs. Best Reviews Instagram page. Please follow me, by the way. I do post all of my updates when I'll do shows and stuff there. And also content and items from great creators such as Courtney. She does have some candles. I want you guys to check those out. Support her. They smell fabulous. Other than that, y'all, be sure to be on the lookout for our next live, which will be tomorrow. I'll be doing the Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 1. I'm so tired of these colorless people. I'm going to find me some shows with some people of color. I was considering covering Bell Collective, but based on this season, I'm probably not going to add that to the lineup of this channel. But love and light to everybody. James should have some lives up this weekend as well. He does cover Bell Collective Birmingham, the original Bell Collective flagship series, as well as Love and Marriage Huntsville. And he covers Housewives of Atlanta. So be on the lookout for information from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel, or subscribe to his channel so that you guys could get that information and not miss those lives. Other than that, I love all you niggas. I love all of y'all. I'm very excited. It's almost Friday. Can you tell I'm a little overstimulated? I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hope y'all have a good day. Keep the conversation going in the comments. Thug life, and adios. Thank you.